Greetings YouTube, it's me, mrluisalonzo. On our last journey, or episode, I gotta stop making those little mistakes. In our last episode, we should have went through the southern shrine, but I made a big error. A really big error. So while I was recording this video, I accidentally saved the video on top of the Southern Shrine video. So now Southern Shrine doesn't exist anymore, and this video took its place. So that means that if you guys want to see Southern Shrine, you would have to either... No, I'm not going to tell you to watch somebody else's. I'll be re-recording Southern Shrine, which means that I'll be replaying this game so that you guys can get Southern Shrine and another recording that I accidentally messed up. I messed up 2 recordings in this playthrough, but I love you guys so much, so I will be re-recording these, and you guys can have the patience to wait it out if you want. Of course, you could like forget about me, you know, leave me to cry in my sleep. No, don't do that, please. So on today's episode, we will be tackling the Face Shrine. And our topic will also be memorable dungeons in Zelda history. Now, by memorable dungeons, I mean like, I'll be talking about this dungeon, of course, and also other dungeons. Dungeons that just appear on the top of my head. And I'm gonna be also discussing why this dungeon is one of my favorite dungeons of all Zelda games. And I guess I'll also be talking about music in Face Shrine. That's because this dungeon is so amazing. It's intricately designed. Its music is compelling. Its place in the plot is superb. I think that this is one of the best dungeons in all of Zelda history. And of course, you guys can argue if you want, but this dungeon does a great job in like giving a message and providing emotional feedback. So, of course, I won't be starting off with this dungeon. Let me see dungeons that pop up on the top of my head. The first dungeon I can think of is the first dungeon in Ocarina of Time. That's the inside of the Deku Tree, and it was pretty cool. The gimmick, of course, was the slingshot. You needed to get the slingshot to slingshot some sculptulas out of like vines and well, climb those vines, and you also needed to have fire sticks or Deku sticks. I didn't realize in this case that you were supposed to throw a jar at the door to open a door. Because, you know, this game does this all the time. There's so many cases where, you know, you have to throw the jar on a door in order to open it. I'll soon realize it. But in this case, I'm just an idiot. Now, gimmicks. Yeah, that was a major gimmick of the Deku Tree, inside the Deku Tree. Other than that, I don't really remember other, like, Zelda dungeons. What other dungeons do I remember based off the top of my head? Ganon's Castle. I mean, that could be considered a dungeon, but it's not really a dungeon. But the crumbling Ganon's Castle, at the end when you beat Ganon is like a thrilling moment where you have to guide Zelda through the traps and all the other falling debris of the dungeon, and at the end, like the castle's completely destroyed, and you think that it's all done and stuff. But Ganon comes back from the dead, and like you have to fight him one last time. Also, I'm such an idiot. Like, all hints point at that wall, that specific wall between the two lights being a bombable wall. There's a path that ends towards it. The two lights are split apart by one block, and I still don't see it, but now I do. And I enter, and I can finally continue on the Face Shrine. Let's see. What else? Other dungeons. I heard that the Water Temple was the hardest dungeon in the game. And I think that it probably is, but it's been so long since I played Ocarina of Time. I think memorable dungeons ought to be dungeons that you can instantaneously remember after not playing a game for several months or 2 years. Several months or years. So this is perfect for like remembering things and stuff. What else? And so far as I know, from Ocarina of Time, there's so many more dungeons like the Shadow Temple and all that jazz, but in reality, I had to go back to hit the switch so that I can continue on in this dungeon. Oh, how I love Face Shrine. I just love it. Now, moving on to games that I've played more recently. I've played the more recent 3D games than I have Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. I've never played Majora's Mask before. Actually, I have for like a short time, but I never got to finish it. One day I will finish it, but for now, it's not, priority number one. So I'm not focusing on finishing Majora's Mask. I want to finish Ocarina of Time first. Now, Wind Waker. Yay, Wind Waker. Memorable dungeons. The first official dungeon, the dungeon where you actually get your first heart container, not the Forsaken Fortress. Some perks include using the grappling hook to go places, and that was pretty fun. I liked using the grappling hook, but I preferred the hook shot so much better. And the boss of that dungeon was awesome. Goma. He's like, he's usually depicted as a spider, but Goma in this case. Level 2 power bracelet. It's so awesome. Now you can pick up those giant elephant statues, but they look more like faces. Faces in the Face Shrine. Those are elephant faces. Actually, I wonder why those elephant faces are relevant. Why they're even in the game in the first place. It's kind of interesting. Now, Armagoma's cool. Oh, well, not Armagoma, but Goma had like a plating of like iron, an iron defense, and you had to get rid of that iron defense by like slamming a giant slab of rock on his face, and that rock cracks and you have to like utterly slaughter him afterwards, and that's that was a lot of fun. And then he takes off his armor. He's like, Goma means prisoners. The flying tiles, everyone's best friends. I wonder if they have these in 3D games. I haven't played a 3D Zelda game in like forever. My brother pre-ordered Skyward Sword, the bundle, so now I'll get, well, we'll get the golden Wii Remote Plus, the soundtrack, everything that, you know, my heart and mind wants in the Zelda game, I'm gonna be getting, and I can't wait. What else? But that's gonna be the more recent 3D Zelda game that I actually played. Yes, slaughtering magic guys with a arrow. That is so awesome. I love it. Let's see. What else? Tower of the Gods was awesome. That's when you get your arrows for the first time. And the boss of the Tower of the Gods is pretty cool. I like his music. It's so much fun. And you don't have to do this in this game. It's not necessary. But you can get a secret potion like that. You know, the potion that Crazy Tracy would ask you to purchase. You could get that from doing that tidbit. Other memorable dungeons. The Sage dungeons I don't remember as much, but I do remember Mulgara, because Mulgara's theme was so awesome. It's apparently Eiji Aonuma's that's how you pronounce his name. Eiji Aonuma. That's his favorite Zelda song. And in case you don't know who he is, he's the director of like all the Zelda games, like all the later Zelda games. And I really like Mulgara's theme. It's, how do I describe it? It fits the atmosphere, definitely. Just like Face Shrine fits this atmosphere. I guess I'll go into music of Face Shrine soon. Of course, this place is not a dead end, as some people may think. It's necessary. There's a bombable wall. Yes, you gotta keep these, know these things. Well, you don't have to. And there's the mini-boss. The mini-boss in behind the bombable wall. The weirdest thing. Now, Mulgara's theme, if you think about a snake creeping up from the sand dunes of a desert, that's pretty much what you get in Mulgara. It's like a rattlesnake is like slowly approaching its prey, and when it gets dynamic, that's when he strikes the prey. Like, there's two like for Mulgara's theme, it plays like twice. In one run it plays twice, and the first run it's more smooth and silent, but when it gets to the climax of that first part, afterwards there's like, I think, percussions like playing in the background with the theme. So I envision a rattlesnake coming in for the kill, or even killing, or a fight commencing when I think about this theme, because it's so moving and powerful. I can understand why AG's favorite theme. It's my favorite boss battle music in Zelda 2. Besides the more epic final boss battle music, like last battle from Ocarina of Time, or Ganondorf battle with Wind Waker, or Ganondorf battle in Twilight Princess. But those are supposed to be epic. Face Shrine has one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best dungeon musics of all time, of all Zelda games. It's so perfect, and I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is because everything that happens, those pole voices can be killed by playing the Ballad of the Windfish on the ocarina. Observe. Now, everything happening in the game leads up to this dramatic point. This point, Face Shrine, is the climax. Crap, it's those guys again. Crap. But Face Shrine is the climax of this game. It's post when you go to the Southern Shrine and find out about the real dark truth of Koholint Island, and it's sad. That's all I have to say about Face Shrine's music. It's extremely sad, and it's fitting, ironically. Very, very fitting. Because imagine, Link got his fifth instrument. He has his fifth instrument, and like, he's close, he's getting ready to leave home, but he's made all these great relationships with so many people, like Taryn, Marin, Madam, Bow Wow, that lady with the broom, Aurora, Shy Guy Aurora, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's the guy who writes the letters. He made so many great relationships, and I'm sure you guys made those relationships with those characters as well, because they were fun, they were unusual, they were quirky. They were characters that, like, you could never forget. They were memorable, extremely memorable characters. Because of their quirkiness, because of their unique atmosphere that these characters portray. It's like the characters of Majora's Mask, except this game came before Majora's Mask. Now, you made these great relationships, and you're ready to tackle the 6th dungeon. But before you can tackle the 6th dungeon, you have to get the face key from the Armos Knight and the Southern Shrine. Now, you get the face key from the Armos Knight in the Southern Shrine. But what you notice while you get the face key as a player is that the music of Southern Shrine is unlike all other musics, all other tunes in the entire game. Usually the music for dungeons and stuff would be ominous, like eerie, dark, mysterious. But this tune, the tune of Southern Shrine is melancholy. It's like, it's very, very, well, not very sad, but it has hints of sorrow being played, like something's gonna happen, and the character, you should know that something is gonna happen, because once you beat the Armos Knight and you enter the room with the painting, that's it. That's the revelation. Koholint is apparently a dream island. Koholint doesn't exist in real life. Therefore, all the relationships that you've made, all the people that you've met during your expedition in this island, they're not real. Taryn, Aurora, the shopkeeper, some of us have probably stolen from the shopkeeper and remember his ultra beam of doom. But I haven't stolen from him yet because I want Link to be a good boy. And I don't want Marin to call him thief for the rest of the game. The shopkeeper, Madame Bow Wow, or Meow Meow, the fisherman guy, all the people that you make your trading quest with, everybody are fake. And that's like, that's hard to accept as a Link. It would be very difficult. If not, you would be in extreme disbelief. Now, the jingle plays in this room. That's because if you didn't have the boomerang, if you light both torches, then you'd automatically kill both of those. I should call them wall clingers, but I don't know their names. So that's for the fairies, for the boss, in case you need health. But right now, I'm full health. I'm ready to blow away the competition, and I fall down a hole. Now, it's extremely difficult to accept. I mean, you can't even imagine Marin as somebody who doesn't exist. It's hard to accept it. I mean, you've become such great friends with Marin, and if you're a Marin X shipper like I am, Marin X Link shipper like I am, then it's like your heart is being teared to pieces because they make such a great couple. A lot of people think that they belong together, but Marin's not real, and Link, this is also his dream, and I get the piece of power. So you're over here staring in front of a mural that tells you that everything that you've done so far in Koholint Island is fake. In the meanwhile, you're listening to the Southern Shrine's melancholy theme. And what emotions are you feeling? You're feeling sadness. You're feeling a sense of worthlessness, a sense of denial, of disbelief. Like, you question your purpose, and the owl comes in after you've gotten the face key, and he says, "Oh, you've seen the mural," like, and then he tells Link that he tries to reassure Link. He tries to reassure us that it's probably not real, but you're still confused as a character. As a player, you're still confused. Your conflicting emotions are just too much. And yeah, I finally opened that door with a jar. Finally. Now, you enter the Face Shrine, and what do you get? You get this music, this song. I'm just gonna be quiet for a second so that you can take in the atmosphere of this song, of this dungeon. And this is what you're greeted with. This music. The second you step into Face Shrine, you get greeted with this. This is the exact same variation of Southern Shrine, except it's more melancholy. It's not even melancholy, because melancholy is a gentle sadness. This song is pure and utter sorrow. That's what this song is. Pure and utter sorrow. It feeds the emotions of you, the player. By the way, before I get there, that place was supposed to be a secret seashell, like I mentioned on video number 14. But since I already got the level 2 sword, not the Master Sword, just the level 2 sword, all secret seashells become 20 rupees afterwards. So this is what you're greeted with. An intense sorrow that's only feeding the emotions that you just recently gotten. Like Southern Shrine, like, you're shocked that Koholint Island is just a dream. But then this song really portrays the peak, the pinnacle of your sadness, of what you've learned, what you've found out. And it stays that way for the rest of the dungeon, save for like the 2D elements, because the 2D elements have to be cave elements. But it's sorrowful, it's also a tad bit eerie, but it's more like emotional than any other dungeon song probably to date. If you guys know of a dungeon theme that's like also as sad, or probably even more so than the dungeon theme of Face Shrine, then please leave it in the comments. I'd love to listen to that, because I'm a huge fan of music and what it portrays. Now, that's Face Shrine for you. It's extraordinarily, like, it's powerful for a dungeon, and although I can't remember the gimmicks as much as I would for other important, like, dungeons, other, like, what I'm trying to say is, although I can't remember this dungeon, like, say, I could remember Tower of the Gods and what it does, and, like, the first dungeon of Ocarina of Time. This dungeon and its impact on me, as well as many other people, is just, it overrides its, like, the gimmicks and stuff. That's why it's so memorable. And of course, one of the more memorable parts, hilarious parts of this dungeon. This game is supposed to be lighthearted. It's not supposed to be as dark as some people make it out to be. The boss is extremely, like, lighthearted. It's rather funny, actually. Calls you stupid. But overall, the tone of this dungeon, it's just very sorrowful. Not melancholy, because it's not a gentle sadness, it's full-blown sorrow. But nonetheless, it speaks to us as players of Zelda, as people who like this game. It's unfortunate that this the people in this game is not real. I mean, it's unfortunate that Zelda characters point blank are unreal. I mean, I would love to see, like, real Zelda characters. And over here, I'm just failing with this guy, like, failing utterly. Finally. Oh, damn it. Now, what other dungeons are important? Because I just finished talking about Face Shrine. Before I get there, I did write an essay analyzing the properties of Face Shrine. I think it was a great essay because I was feeling extremely, like, emotional. Not sad or emo or anything. No, I was not emo. I was not emo. But to open a chest, use the pots around it. Which means you gotta open the chest by throwing a pot. And that's how you get the boss key. Now, I wrote an essay because I write the best when I'm not feeling, like, happy and stuff. I write the best when I'm thinking about life, basically. So, I wrote an essay. I thought it was a pretty good essay about Face Shrine. By analyzing Face Shrine and Southern Shrine, my emotions, my feeling about the game, this game, is much more intact. I like this game now so much. By the way, if you continue going up on that direction, in this direction, then you're never gonna go anywhere. You'll just be going back and forth at the same place for the rest of eternity, unless you go down. But other than that, that's one of the gimmicks of this place. Besides the giant elephant faces and Facade, the boss of this dungeon. But if you want, if you guys want as viewers to like probably read my essay, then I don't know, I'll definitely write it, and I don't know how I'll do it, but maybe I'll post up a video like reading the essay, probably with Face Shrine in the background. Nah, not like that. But I'll definitely make it available to you guys, definitely. We're nearing the end of this dungeon. Get ready for the more lighthearted piece of this dungeon, Facade. Gotta love this game and its quirky bosses. Get ready. This is awesome. I love this guy. Oh yeah, Facade. It's a face. Just in case. That is completely like, you should have seen that coming. This game in terms of dungeon design is probably one of the better in like the Legend of Zelda series as a whole. The only way you can kill this guy is if you bomb his face. And to continue on with the Southern Shrine, he verifies that this is indeed a dream and that everyone that you know is fake. So I was trying to do the Zelda form of a teabag. Of course you can't crouch, but if you just walk around his face, then you can assume that it's a teabag, and that would be the ultimate teabag. Now, thanks so much guys for listening to me talk about my theories of Face Shrine, and I'll see you guys later.